Let's be honest. Most of us were taught what to learn, but not how to learn. We memorized dates, formulas, and facts. We crammed for exams. We passed. But no one taught us the real secret to lifelong success. The ability to think on your own. The ability to think about your own thinking. It's called metacognition, and it might just be the most underrated personal and professional superpower of the 21st century. What is metacognition? Well, broadly speaking, metacognition means thinking about your thinking. The term was coined in the 1970s by psychologist John Flavel, who noticed that the best learners aren't just reactive, they're reflective. Now, metacognition is made up of two key parts. There's the metacognitive knowledge, so knowing how you think and learn, as well as metacognitive regulation, which is planning, monitoring, and adjusting your approach as you go. So think of it like this. Learning without metacognition is like driving a car without checking the dashboard. Sure, you're moving, but are you efficient? Are you focused, or are you even heading in the right direction? Now here's the real problem. Traditional education focuses on content, not process. We're given information, tested on recall, and then released into the world of work with no manual for how to self-correct and self-optimize. That's why so many high-performing students struggle in the real world. They've mastered the test prep, but not the mental agility. Meanwhile, the business world demands exactly that. As billionaire investor Ray Dalio puts it, the people who will do best are those who can go above themselves and see things objectively. That's metacognition in action. Now here's where it gets exciting. Imagine a version of your career or creative life where your value wasn't just in what you know, but in how you think, adapt, and solve problems out loud. That's what today's most successful thought leaders and creators are doing. They don't just share results, they share how they think. This is the new currency of personal branding, sharing your learning process publicly, as well as framing mistakes as growth, turning your thinking into value for others. Whether you're a business coach, a designer, founder, or even a freelancer, your thinking style is what makes your brand unforgettable. Let's look at some other examples. Elon Musk, publicly reasoning through engineering decisions and platform updates. Or Naval Ravikant, sharing not wealth, but how he thinks about wealth. Or even Ali Abdaal, teaching productivity by narrating his own learning process. Now in 2025, self-aware learners will become the most trusted voices in every industry. It's all good and well to acquire this knowledge through passive consumption, but I feel like we need a little bit more. So here's 5 metacognitive strategies that you could use today. Now I'm going to recommend that you grab out a pen and paper and record down some notes. If you are tech savvy, you may want to pull out your phone and stylus and start making some notes. If you're really tech savvy, ask your AI agent to make some notes for you. Now, metacognition isn't abstract. It's trainable. Here are 5 techniques that just about anyone can use to become an effective learner and a clear thinker. Step 1. The learning journal. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I approach it? What will I try differently tomorrow? Why does it work? Well, regular reflection sharpens your awareness and prevents autopilot learning. Second method, the 3 W's. I'm sure you've heard this one. Perhaps during a task, you want to pause and ask yourself, what am I doing right now? Why am I doing it this way? And what would happen if I tried something different? These are simple questions, but they unlock new methods of thinking that can actually help break unhelpful habits. Okay, technique number 3. Plan, monitor, and reflect cycle. Before you start a task, plan your approach. While working, check in on your focus and method. Once you're finished, reflect on what worked and what didn't. Now, by following this approach, you stop being passive through your work and you start running your brain like a project manager. Technique number 4. Teach to learn. Now, it was Richard Feynman who said if you can explain something simply, you understand it deeply. So take something that you believe you know, try explaining it out loud, or better yet, create a 2-minute video about it. Wait, is that what I'm doing right now? Interesting. Now, teaching activates retrieval and it actually reveals gaps in your knowledge. Technique number 5, think aloud, problem solving. Now, it might sound a little bit strange, but it is well worth verbalizing your thought processes while you're working. Write it down or say it out loud. Now, talking through your logic helps you to catch errors and clarify your reasoning in time. But keep in mind, if you're in a workplace environment or a library, it could be a little bit awkward, so best to do that internal voice monologue, if you know what I mean. Now, to be able to use metacognition in the real world for business or content creation, you need more than awareness. You need expression, and that's where soft skills come in. So in order to give you a real boost, we need to focus on some soft skills that you must master. The first one is self-awareness. You need to be able to recognize how you think, feel, and react. This is the root of all growth. You're going to need adaptability. So when a strategy isn't working, you got to change it, and fast. Don't double down on ineffective habits. Third one, clarity of communication. Express your thought process clearly. Great communicators don't just say what, they explain why. And fourth soft skill is content creation. You may not have expected this one. Turn your reflections into content. Make online posts, create video, or even newsletters that show your mental process. It's like a trust magnet. And skill 5, authenticity. People trust thinkers who are real. Don't pretend to be perfect. Share your learning curve. Now, being that we are in 2025, we're surrounded by tools that can draft emails, analyze data, and even give us advice. But here's the key difference between human functioning and that of the AI. AI can't monitor its own thinking. It can't reflect. It doesn't ask, was this the best method? Did this help me grow? Is there a better way? And that's your superpower. As CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella put it, don't be a know-it-all, be a learn-it-all. In a world where knowledge is infinite and instant, self-aware learners will rise above automated thinkers. So here's the truth. People who succeed in 2025 won't just be the most qualified or most connected. They'll be the ones who know how they learn, how they think, and share their process with clarity and courage. Metacognition isn't just for academics or philosophers. It's for anyone who wants to learn faster, grow smarter, and build a future no machine can replace. So pause, reflect, refocus, and rewire the way you learn. Because in the age of AI, the most human thing you can do is think about your thinking. If you enjoyed that content, by all means, consider subscribing and liking and even sharing the video. What is this channel all about? Well, I founded Areteerga on the principle that all of us have the ability to reach amazing heights should we choose to do so. But more often than not, circumstance lets us down and maybe we're a little bit behind. That's what this channel is all about, getting you up to speed on the things that you require to attain success. If that sounds like something that is appealing to you, judging by the fact that you're still watching the video at this point in time, I'm going to say this channel is a good match for you. So definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you do want some additional information, you could also check out my website, www.areteerga.com, where I will post up additional resources that go in a little bit more depth than what we do on the YouTube videos. Good luck on your metacognition. I'm going to say farewell for now. I need to double check where I put my logbook. I just had a brilliant idea for the next video. I'll see you in the next video.